So tell us exactly what fruits these parasites are in. Are there any that they don't
All
all
of them.
all of them?
Yeah, because they, especially because of the sugar, they thrive off of sugar. That's why when you have a parasite and you're craving sugar, because that's really their like love. They love
So
being
you crave it because you might have parasites
right. You're
that are craving.
craving it specifically because they're craving it, not because you're craving it. Like because they can control your mind.
No, okay, so tell us about that a little bit. How can they control our mind if they're living in our first brain is
Gut.
our gut.
Hmm.
So tell us how they control. What does that process look like?
Well, they're energetic beings, so they're going in and they're telling these bodies to do these things. One thing I do talk a lot about is toxoplasmosis. So let me break it down.
Please.
Toxoplasmosis is the cat parasite. And what happens is a mouse actually has toxo and goes and cuddles up to the cat because toxo removes any fear. So it removes that fear factor that you normally have in your body. So it's cuddling up to the cat to be eaten because the next stage of toxo is in the cat's gut. So think about it. The mouse has been mind controlled to go and get eaten by the cat.
Oh my gosh, Kim, this is why they say pregnant
Yes,
ladies
but
do
all of
not
us can
get.
get it, not just pregnant ladies. I think that their wording was terrible.
Yeah, they mentioned. Remember specifically reading an article that said if you're pregnant, do not get close to a cat
Yeah,
litter.
because they don't want you to give it to your baby. They don't want you to then have a baby that has a whole bunch of problems. Patricia Arquette actually has toxoplasmosis, and her child has it as well. She's a huge
So this is a
toxoplasmosis.
lifetime thing.
Yeah, you can't ever get rid of it. 40 million people in the United States that just came out on at the beginning of August. 40 million people in the United States has toxoplasmosis. Not in the world, just in the United States.
Why just here?
Because we don't really test for it. It's not something that's our go to. Mental health is really a huge factor. They actually did a study on cadavers and that were like crotch rocket riders, and 100% of them came back that had toxoplasmosis because it removes that fear. It does, you don't have any fear when you have toxoplasmosis.
Oh my goodness, how dangerous is it living like that though?
Oh, it's so dangerous. You're like sexually promiscuous.
Mm-hmm.
It removes that. And then they all have their own frequency. So they probably sit there and talk with each other. You're like looking at me all shocked.
Yeah,
It's
because
shocking,
it
right?
is shocking. And
Yeah.
earlier we were just talking about this conscious piece that this is so important for people to be aware of and
Hmm.
understand. This is your health. Um, do you agree that during the past 10 years, there's been such a huge health decline
Yeah.
in human beings and just USA specifically? I mean,
Hmm.
we are known as the most unhealthiest country in reference to like obesity and other things, but do you agree that we are a very unhealthy country?
Oh, yeah. I think we're one of the top unhealthiest countries, to be honest.
What is your perspective? Like what are we doing wrong other than contaminated water and foods? Like what other things are what are you discovering?
We don't cleanse our
Okay.
bodies. Like we're not
Okay.
going in and being like, oh, so there's heavy metals.
Mhm.
There's, you get an overgrowth of candida. That's just yeast. It's overgrowing. We're not taught that you got to calm that yeast down. That yeast, that overgrowth can cause skin issues. It can cause a lot of health issues. We're not taught to do these things in a society. We rely all on our doctors. We will not take the initiative to do this ourselves. And when you have someone that's taking that initiative, we call them grifters and like they're trying to scam us. That's
Mhm.
really where our society has run to. When really it's like, grab yourself some cilantro and eat a bunch of cilantro because you're going to help remove those heavy metals. So there's really a lot of reasoning behind why food is really like the best way to help your bodies. I think we just got away from that over the
Yeah,
last 10 years.
I
And
agree.
I'm guilty of it. Like, I am totally guilty of it. I come from Western medicine. I believe everything, no, I don't believe everything, but I believed in what I was doing.
Id.
Yeah, I believed in what I was doing. I was confident that I was making a difference in what I was doing.
What changed?
I got so sick.
The
Yeah.
illnesses
Yeah, I
going back
got
to that.
really sick. So in 2015, I got really sick and my health really declined more. And then in 2019, my health was at the worst. I was basically bedridden. and my husband had to quit his job. We were a one-income household at the time. I used to run colleges, and I went from running colleges to not being able to function. And so I couldn't make the bed, I couldn't cook for us, I couldn't clean for us anymore. And so we ended up selling our whole life and moving out to our property and building our own log home.
You know what's what's unfortunate that something really drastic has to happen to
Yeah.
us for us to understand that we need to start really looking out for our health. And that's so unfortunate. Like
Hmm.
I genuinely want everybody to follow you, your guide. I think that your